Look, it's quite simple. A small majority has the power. They have an agenda. It's called neoconservatism. They feel this country has to be kept on the straight and narrow, and to do that, you need an enemy, as was clearly displayed by Adolf Hitler. He gave everybody a focus in that country and said, the Jews are to blame. Here, we can't do that. Believe me, if they could get away with it, they'd blame the Jews too. And we'd have pogroms against them. Instead, we're going after Muslims, which are the sect that came after Christianity. Because at least the neocons wisened up that you can't kill the Jews because they've been trying for, 1900 years now? And it hasn't worked. They're still around. They still go. And good on them that they can survive in spite of all the garbage they've had to go through. The neoconservatives had an agenda. The neoconservatives at this point are not led by George W. Bush. George W. Bush is a hand puppet. Okay? Vice President Cheney has his hand so far up President Bush's butt that President Bush is nothing more than a hand puppet for him. Okay? There's an episode of Frontline out there. You can probably find it on pbs.org. They did an in-depth review of Vice President Cheney and his actions post 9/11. Well, they also go into pre 9/11 the things he did. So, the neoconservatives need an enemy to fight. If it wasn't Iraq, it would be somebody else. That's the way it is. They have to keep this country on the right track, whatever the hell that means. So, that's where the whole thing is coming from. I don't think George W. has enough brains to actually use an email account, let alone type and respond on one, which is why he doesn't have one, in spite of his little, well, I don't want fake emails coming out from my account. So, that's what it's all about. Somebody trying to force their moral view down the throats of everybody else. Okay? I really pray that we're not in Iraq because this is a pissing contest between George Jr. and George Sr. George Jr. trying to show, I'm better than you, Dad, when clearly he's not. But that's just my opinion. It's not going to change. We need to get out of Iraq. Intelligence can be skewed. Intelligence can be twisted to mean anything. Look up Tyranny of Souls on YouTube. He has some excellent points to make. You know, the neoconservatives said, oh, your intelligence must be wrong because if you can't find that the Russians have anything better than us, it must be really super secret and you just can't find it. What a wonderful thought that is, huh? So, using quick capture on this, who knows when it will post. And please take off your rose-colored glasses. Those in power are not here to protect us. Those in power are here for self-aggrandizement and to enrich their own personal fortunes. Oh, I'm certain there's a few that are there for very altruistic reasons. But I'm more certain that the vast majority are there just for the self-aggrandizing. So, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. President Bush thinks he has absolute power. Hence why he can ignore the advice of his generals and the entire frickin' world. Okay? He's basically ignored the Iraq Commission report, and those men are experts in the field. It covers a wide range of very educated, intelligent people who have experience in the arena. Now you could sit there and say, oh, we're afraid of Iran getting a bomb because they'll nuke Israel. Iran may be power mad and a bit crazy, but they're not stupid enough to toss a nuke at Israel. Because a nuke goes off in Israel, what is the entire world going to do? Everybody, China, Russia, France, Great Britain, Spain, the free states of Malaysia, Japan, pick a country, Pakistan, well, maybe not Pakistan, but 95% of the world is going to come down on them like a ton of bricks. And they can't be so stupid and so fanatical that they don't know that. Yeah, a few radicals got together and rammed planes into the World Trade Center. How many people do those radicals really represent? It's a really small minority that's doing this kind of shit. The vast majority don't like it, don't want it done. It's been said for decades. I think Will Rogers said it best. I'm paraphrasing. America's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is safe as long as Congress is not in session. So, take that for what it's worth. Have an adequate day.